Every single person on the planet wants to be happy. And to be happy, one has to be safe and one has to feel at peace. And even people whose behavior we would consider atrocious are doing whatever they're doing because they think that's what has to be cleared out, whether it's a country, whether it's a person, whether it doesn't matter what it is, that we have to get rid of this so I can finally be happy. So trust me, everybody on the planet is doing whatever they're doing because their end goal is to be happy. They may not realize themselves that that's what they're after, but that's what they want. And just to take the idea of peace of mind, which is certainly a prerequisite to feeling happy. Finally, I can feel happy. You notice that there's not a lot of it around. So, although it's a prerequisite to being happy, we seem not to know how to be at peace. So that's one little seed we're going to plant right here. And now I'm going to make a statement, and I want you to listen carefully to this statement. The statement is, I am eating this bowl of delicious chocolate ice cream. We don't have any doubt about what the phrase I am is referring to. It's referring to the body-mind. Well, then if I make this statement that says, I'm noticing that I'm eating so much delicious chocolate ice cream that I can't get into my clothes. I've got two I ams in that statement, and they aren't referring to the same thing. One refers to the body-mind. What's this other one that says, I'm noticing? That is conscious awareness. So we associate our sense of identity both with the body-mind and with conscious awareness. We do that all the time throughout the day, and we don't pay any attention to how we jump back and forth from one to the other in terms of what I am refers to. Or we could make a similar set of statements about, I'm feeling kind of sick at my stomach. That's the body-mind. I'm aware that if I go to the doctor for my stomach, my blood pressure will go up because I'm afraid. Again, we've got conscious awareness. So we need to look a little bit at this body-mind on the one hand, conscious awareness on the other. Primarily, we have been taught that the hierarchy of things is the body-mind comes first, that's primary, and somewhere in there is a brain, and somehow out of that comes a mind. We don't have any idea how this happens, it's just what we believe. And then somewhere out of that, that's at the bottom of the food chain, is conscious awareness. But that's not my daily experience. My experience is awareness comes first. I have to be aware before I know that there's scenery or a body-mind or any of the other objects that are in my life. So experientially, we can see that conscious awareness is primary. Well, this is kind of crazy making. You know, we're taught this, but this is my real experience. There are a couple of other things that we need to take note of about these two things with which we identify, the body-mind and conscious awareness. Let's look at the body part of the body-mind. The body is made up of 50 trillion cells, trillion with a T. And those cells, from our perspective of living in time and space and Newtonian physics, is that the cells are made up of molecules, and those are made up of atoms. These atoms are zinging in and out of this body so fast that our body is never the same for any 1 nanosecond. The body that I associate with now is not the same one as at the beginning of this sentence. And the mind part of the body-mind is similarly in a state of flux. Because what is it made out of? It's made out of thoughts, feelings, perceptions, memories. You know how fleeting those are. The thoughts that I'm thinking now aren't the same as I thought 1 minute ago. The feelings that you might have had this morning are not the same as you feel now. You don't remember things the same way. So you think, this body-mind is pretty unstable. I'm not talking about being mentally unstable where you have to go to an institution. I'm talking about it's something that's constructed of parts that are constantly moving and changing. On the other hand, conscious awareness is always the same. Conscious awareness is always present. There's no such thing as it being absent. Conscious awareness is always here, and it always possesses the same characteristics. It's limitless. It's boundless. It's eternal. It's clear. It's empty. What it does is take in whatever it is that we'll just say is in front of it. We have to use some strange language to say these things. It's not unlike this video camera that's taking these pictures, and not only the audio part, the video part, but also the audio part. Now notice that the video camera doesn't have any objections to what's being filmed. It has no judgment, it has no hatred, it has no preferences, it has no resistance, it has no this is the way it has to be or I'm not filming. The video camera just films. We could take this same video camera, go to the local city dump where it might be very unpleasant compared to the gorgeous scenery that surrounds us out here. And the video camera will be just as effective in taking an accurate picture. Conscious awareness is like that. And because it's like that, conscious awareness is always at peace. After all, what causes the body-mind to lose its peace? All of that stuff. It's judgmental, it's resisting things, it wants this, it doesn't want this, it's unsettled, it's restless, it hates things, it must have things in order to be okay. It's always on the quest, seeking something that it doesn't have. Look at all the number of Google searches that must take place in a day where people are trying to find answers. What do I do about this? How do I fix this relationship? How do I make those people go away? How do I get my way? How do I get to be happy? Well, when I'm viewing things from the perspective of my body-mind, I seem not to have a lot of answers. But back here, and by back here, I don't mean so much physically back here as psychologically, I can back up and I can begin to realize that conscious awareness has as one of its constant attributes, peace. So if peace of mind is what I'm looking for, then I just need to come directly to where it is, where I can associate more and more with being aware with these characteristics of the body-mind absent, so that I can be back here with no judgment, no resistance, no distress, no upset, and life is good. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you find yourself being upset about something, then try moving back into the observer role. And you can watch yourself, you can speak of yourself in the third person. Like if I'm upset about something, and then I can say, well, there's Carol not getting her way. There's Robert thinking things should be different from the way they are. So the body-mind is participating, but as I identify with this conscious awareness that is all-pervasive, eternal, always with me, and turns out to be the primary part of my identity. So we've learned the body-mind is primary and conscious awareness is down at the bottom of the list. It's actually flipped over and reversed. Conscious awareness is the primal, fundamental, spiritual, eternal truth about us. And you'll also find that not only is peace built into the fabric of conscious awareness, so is happiness, so is beauty, so is truth, so is tranquility, so are all the other things we want to experience. So it's a matter of, if we want to be at peace, if we want to be happy, come to where happiness always is. You will find it's practically never associated with the body-mind and always associated with conscious awareness. So keep that in mind. Practice. Bring your attention back. It's the placement of attention. If the attention is all on the body-mind, you're going to miss out on this fabulous part of yourself that's got all your answers. That's not smart. Bring your attention back to the magnificence of what you really are and all that you have actually at your disposal. More later about being the observer, being the witness.